Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Radha Sita Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Usha Mataji, how are you?
Yes, Mataji. Just please help me out when I'm just stuck with something. So,
I'm sure you'll be
you can
fine,
help
but if
me.
anything, just let me know, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Mataji. Namami Saran Sachidanandarupa Lata Kundalam Gokule Brajamanam Namami Param Sachidanandarupam Lasatkundalam Gokule Brajamanam Yasodaviyolukaladavamanam Paramrishtamotyantatu Sritya Gopya Yasodaviyolukaladavamanam Paramrishtamotyantatu Sritya Gopya रुदन्तं मुनेत्रयुग्मं दृजन्तं कराम्बोजयुग्मेन सातङ्कनेत्रम् रुदन्तं मुनेत्रयुग्मं दृजन्तं कराम्बोजयुग्मेन सातङ्कनेत्रम् मुहुःश्वासकं पत्रीरेखाककण्ठ त्रितग्रेवं दामोदरपतिपतम् मुहुःश्वासकं पत्रीरेखाककण्ठ त्रितग्रेवं दामोदरं भक्तिपतम् इति त्रिस्वलीलाभिरानन्दकुण्डे स्वगोसं निमज्जन्तमुख्यापयन्तम् इति त्रिस्वलीलाभिरानन्दकुण्डे स्वगोसं निमज्जन्तमुख्यापयन्तम् तदीयेऽसि तज्ञेषु भक्तिर्जितत्वम् पुनः प्रेमतस्तं सतावृत्ति वन्दे तदीयेऽसि तज्ञेषु भक्तिर्जितत्वम् पुनः प्रेमतस्तं सतावृत्ति वन्दे वरं देवमोक्षं न मोक्षं वदिं वा न चान्यं वृणीहं परे सदतीह वरं देवमोक्षं न मोक्षं वदिं वा न चान्यं वृणीहं वरे सदतीह इदं ते वपुर्नाथ गोपालबालम् सदा मे मनस्य विरासं किमन्ये इदं ते वपुर्नाथ गोपालबालम् सदा मे मनस्य विरासं किमन्ये इदं ते मुखाम्बोजम् अत्यन्तनीले वृतं कुन्तलैस्निग्धरक्तश्च गोप्या इदं ते मुखाम्बोजम् अत्यन्तनीले वृतं कुन्तलैस्निग्धरक्तश्च गोप्या मुहुश्चुम्बितं बिम्बरक्तातरं मे मनस्य विरस्तामालं लक्षलाभे मुहुश्चुम्बितं बिम्बरक्तातरं मे मनस्य विरस्तामालं लक्षलाभे नमो देव दामोदरानन्द विष्णु प्रसीद प्रभो दुःखजालतिमग्नम् कृपादृष्टिवृष्ट्यातिदिनं बतानु गृहाणि स्ममज्ञमेत्यक्षिदृश्य कृपादृष्टिवृष्ट्यातिदिनं बतानु गृहाणि स्ममज्ञमेत्यक्षिदृश्य कुबेरात्मजो बद्धमृतेर्वयद्वत् त्वया मोचितो भक्तिपाशकृतौ च कुबेरात्मजो बद्धमृतेर्वयद्वत् त्वया मोचितो भक्तिपाशकृतौ च तथा प्रेम भक्तिं स्वकं मे प्रयच्छ न मोक्षे ग्रहो मेऽस्ति दामोदरेह तथा प्रेम भक्तिं स्वकं मे प्रयच्छ न मोक्षे ग्रहो मेऽस्ति दामोदरेह नमस्ते स्तुताम्ने स्फुरदीप्तिताम्ने त्वदीयोदरायाथ विश्वस्य धाम्ने नमस्ते स्तुताम्ने स्फुरदीप्तिताम्ने त्वदीयोदरायाथ विश्वस्य धाम्ने नमो राधिकायै त्वदीयप्रियायै नमो नन्तलीलाय देवाय तुभ्यम् नमो राधिकायै त्वदीयप्रियायै नमो नन्तलीलाय देवाय तुभ्यम् हरे कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम हरे राम 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 हरे हरे जय राधा दामोदर राधा दामोदर राधा दामोदर श्री राधे जय यशोदा दामोदर यशोदा दामोदर यशोदा दामोदर श्री राधे यशोदा दामोदर देव की जय।
Jai.
जय।
Very nice, Mataji.
Yay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hare
Thank
Krishna,
you.
Aditi Mataji, Hare Krishna, Asha Mataji, Hare Krishna, Gagangi Mataji.
Hare Krishna, everyone.
Thank you for joining Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Shall I do the translation, Prabhu?
Yes, Mataji.
To the Supreme Lord, whose form is the embodiment of the eternal existence, knowledge, and bliss, whose sharp-shaped earrings are swinging to and fro, who is beautifully shining into the realm of Gokula, who I due to the offense of breaking the pot of yogurt that his mother was turning into butter and then stealing the butter that was kept hanging from a swing. is quickly rubbing from the wooden grinding motor in fear of Mother Yasoda. But who has been caught from behind by her, who ran after him with greater speed, so that Supreme Lord Sri Damodara, I offer my humble obeisances. Seeing the whipping sticks in his mother's hand, he is crying and rubbing his eyes again and again with his two lotus hands. His eyes are filled with fear, and the necklace of pearls around his neck, which is marked with three lines like a conch shell, is shaking because of his quick breathing due to crying. To this Supreme Lord Sri Damodara, whose bell is bound not with rope but with his mother's pure love, I offer my humble obeisances. By such childhood pastime as this, he is drowning the inhabitant of Gokula in pools of ecstasy, and is revealing to those devotees who are absorbed in knowledge of his supreme majesty and opulence that he is only conquered by devotees whose pure love is imbued with intimacy and is free from all conceptions of awe and reverence. With greater love, I again offer my obeisances to Lord Damodara, hundred and hundreds of times. O Lord, although you are able to give all kind of benedictions, I do not pray to you for this boon of uh, do not pray to you for the boon of impersonal liberation, nor the highest liberation of eternal life in Vaikuntha, nor any other boon which may be obtained by executing the nine processes of bhakti. O Lord, I simply wish that this form of yours as Bal Gopala in Vrindavan may ever be manifest in my heart. For what is the use of me of any other boon beside this? O Lord, your lotus face, which is encircled by locks of soft black hair tinged with red, is kissed again and again by Mother Yasoda, and your lips are reddish like the bimba fruit. May this beautiful vision of your lotus face be ever manifest in my heart. Thousand and thousand of other benedictions are of no use to me. O Supreme Godhead, I offer my obeisances unto you, O Damodara, O Ananta, O Vishnu, O Master, O my Lord. Be pleased upon me by showering your glance of mercy upon me. Deliver this poor ignorant fool who is immersed in an ocean of worldly sorrows and become visible to my eyes. O Lord Damodara, just as the two sons of Kuvera Manigriva and Nankuvera were delivered from the curse of Narada and made into great devotees by you in your form as a baby tied with rope to a wooden grinding motor. In the same way, please give to me your own Prema Bhakti. I only long for this and have no desire for any kind of liberation. O Lord Damodara, I first of all offer my obeisances to the brilliantly effulgent robe which binds your belly. I then offer my obeisances to your belly, which is the abode of the entire universe. I humbly bow down to you, your most beloved Srimati Radharani, and I offer all obeisances to you, the Supreme Lord, who displays unlimited pastimes. Shri Yasoda Damodar Ki Jai.
Jai.
With the Mangala prayer.
Yes, yes.
ॐ ज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम् वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं
जातं
कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं
क्वचिदन्नजातमम्बुजातं
श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितंश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिकांत राधाकांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कंचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरे प्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभयेव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानन्द श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौरभक्तवृन्द हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम हरे 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 कृष्ण ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय Hare Krishna. Please forgive me because if I made any mistakes or anything I missed spells or maybe mispronunciation everything. And I'm just trying to do the it's the Damodar Kartik month. So in Krishna's pastime, Krishna left the Govardhan hill. So it is in Srimad Bhagavatam. This is all described in Canto 10 and chapter 25. So the Lord Krishna left Govardhan hill, and this is all about Krishna's pastime, how he left the Govardhan hill, and then how that Indra became angry to Vrindavan Vasi all. And so this first I just read this chapter description. So this chapter is a bit small, and then I'm just going to the read first description of the chapter 25. And this chapter describes how Lord Indra was overcome by anger when the residents of Raja cancelled his sacrifice, how he tried to punish them by sending forth a devastating rainfall to Vrindavana, and how Lord Krishna protected Gokula by lifting Govardhan hill and for 7 days using it as an umbrella toward of the rain. Indra angered at the disruption of the sacrifice meant for him and falsely presuming himself the supreme controller, said, people often give up the pursuit of transcendental knowledge, the means of for self-realization, and imagine that they can cross over the ocean of material existence by mundane petty sacrifices. Similarly, these cowherd men have become intoxicated by pride and have offended me by taking shelter of an ignorant, ordinary child, Krishna. So that in first paragraph, that how that residents of Vrajvasi cancelled the sacrifice. So then when everybody was giving praying the sacrifice yagna and doing the Indra sacrifice. So Krishna was looking, watching everything, and he asked like Nan Maharaj, Father, why we doing that Indra to give a sacrifice all? Because this is the his duty to it's a karma. It's a, even though if you are not giving any sacrifice, but the Indra has the duty to he can give the rain, but if you don't give him, and then you have that Govardhan Hill is giving you all rain and everything, but this is we have to pray to Govardhan Hill, not like Indra. And that's why the Indra gets angry. But then everybody was listening. Why? What is the Krishna saying in the other paragraph? That said Indra is that how he became ignorant, and he was very. He has to be that imagine that they can cross over the ocean like that material mundane sacrifices. So this is he is a ordinary child, and Krishna is why he is stopping that sacrifice for me. So then in further they say to remove this supposed pride of the residents of Raja, Indra sent the clouds known as Samvardaka, whose function is to facilitate the destruction of the world. He sent them to harass the Vrajvasis with a downpours of rain and hail. The cowherd community was very disturbed by this and approached Krishna for shelter, understanding that this trouble was the work of Indra. Krishna decided to smash to pieces Indra's false prestige, and thus he lifted Govardhana hill with one hand. He then invited the entire cowherd community to take shelter in the dry space beneath the mountain. For 7 successive days, he held up the hill until Indra finally understood Krishna's mystic purpose and ordered the clouds to withdraw. So here that Krishna, all Vrajvasis, they getting very disruptive, and then I said, oh, this is so much rain, and then that Indra was get angry because he didn't get any sacrifice for this time. And then Krishna stopped it and said, why we give Indra? We don't have to give to Indra because that Indra has his duty to give the rain, even though everywhere he is not only the Vrajvasis, because whoever not giving anything, but still he has to be give the rain to all in whole around the like a word or anything. But that Krishna is arguing like to Nan Maharaj and said, why we have to give it to Indra, not to because we can give to Govardhan, and he is the one to give everything because we get all the grass, we give the feed the cows, and all we get from Govardhan only. So that Indra is very furious and get that somewhat like a clouds, so give that so much rain all like 7 days and night. But that all Vrajvasis, and then Krishna said, "Okay, don't worry, I will be gonna come, and then we will go to the Govardhana hill." Then the Krishna is in like lifting the mushroom. Then same like he lifted that left-handed, and then only one finger. He just taking the Govardhana hill on his finger, and all the Vrajvasis, and then cows and calves, and everybody is all living entity come under the Govardhan hill sun, the shelter. and that still that Indra was so angry. He's like throwing so much rain that continues on 7 days and night, but that all the waters that nobody knows where it goes, and then stays everybody stays dry. So like then finally that to remove that to his this pride and resonance of Richa, Indra sent clouds. So then he has to withdraw afterward that he understood that Krishna is a mystic power, and then he has to stop. So when the cowherd villagers emerged from beneath the mountain, Krishna put Golden Hill back into his proper place. The cowherd were in ecstasy, showing loving symptoms such as flowing tears and bodily hairs standing to end. They embraced Krishna and offered him benediction according to their respective positions, while the demigods in heaven rained down flowers and sang the Lord's praises. So in this chapter, we go one only the translation one by one and see that how it describes that Krishna, how he looked at the golden hill. So then in text one, the Sukdev Goswami said, "My dear King Pariksit, when Indra understood that his sacrifice has been put aside and became furious with Nand Maharaj and the other cowherd men who were accepting Krishna as their Lord. Angry Indra sent forth the cloud of universal destruction known as Samvartak, imagining himself like, yeah, and the second one, and controller he spoke as follows. Um, Indra said, "Just see how these cowherd men living in the forest have become so greatly intoxicated by that prosperity they have surrendered to an ordinary human being, Krishna, and thus they have offended the gods. That taking the shelter of Krishna is just like the foolish attempt of man who abandon transcendental knowledge of the self and instead try to cross over the great ocean of material existence in false boats of routine ritual sacrifice. And that is why these cowherd men have acted inimically toward me by taking shelter of these ordinary human beings. Krishna, who thinks himself very wise, but who is simply a foolish, arrogant, uh, overactive child. So, and to the cloud of destruction, King Indra said, "The prosperity of these people has made them made with pride, and that arrogance is backed up by Krishna. Now go and remove their pride and bring their animals to destruction. I will follow you to Vraja, riding on my elephant Airavat and taking with me the swift and powerful whilst to decimate the covered village of Nand Maharaj." Sukdev Goswami said, on Indra's order, the clouds of universal destruction, released ultimately from their bounds, went to the covered pasture of Nand Maharaj. They began to torment the inhabitants by powerfully powering down torrents of rain upon them. Propelled by the fearsome wind gods, the cloud blazed with lightning bolts and roared with thunder as they hurled down hailstones. As the cloud released torrents of rain as thick as massive columns, the earth was submerged in the flood, and high ground could no longer be distinguished from low. The cow and the other animals shivering from the excessive rain and wind, and the cowherd men and ladies pained by the cold all approached Lord Govinda for shelter. Trembling from the distress brought about by the severe rainfall and trying to cover their heads and cows with their own bodies, the cows approached the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So in this all this look us that how that Indra's Shah giving the rain so much and then everybody was shivering and then they came under shelter to Krishna's. So the trembling from the distress brought about by the severe rainfall and trying to cover their heads and cows with their own bodies, the cows approached the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The cowherd men and women addressed the Lord. Krishna, Krishna, O most fortunate one, please deliver the cows from the warmth of wrath of Indra. O Lord, you are so affectionate of your devotee. Please save us also. And seeing the inhabitant of his Gokula rendered practically unconscious by the onslaught of hail and blasting wind, the Supreme Lord Hari understood that this was the work of angry Indra. Sri Krishna said to himself, because we have stopped his sacrifice, Indra has caused this unusually fierce, unseasonable rain, together with terrible winds and hail. By mystic power, I will completely contract this disturbance caused by Indra. Demigods like Indra are proud of their opulence and out of the foolishness they falsely consider themselves the Lord of the universe. I will now destroy such ignorance because that in this verse, like Indra got have a mystic power, and then he get so ignorant that he's a very foolishness, and the Krishna is going to say he's going to destroy in his ignorance. Such the demigods are endowed with the mode of goodness, the false pride of considering oneself. The Lord should certainly not affect them when I break the false prestige of those bereft of goodness. By my purpose is to bring them relief. I must therefore protect the cowherd community by my transcendental potency, for I am their shelter, I am their master, and indeed they're my own family. After all, I have taken a vow to protect my dignity. Having said this, Lord Krishna, who is Vishnu himself, picked up Govardhan hill with one hand and held it aloft just as easily as child holds up a mushroom. The Lord then addressed the cowherd community, O mother, O father, O residents, O Vraja, if you wish, you may now come under this hill with your cows. You should have no fear that this mountain will fall from my hand, and don't be afraid of the wind and rain. You, for your deliverance, for this affectionate has already been arranged. So Krishna is holding that mountain. Then everybody was under the shelter, and then there's the Krishna will get tired, and then also they can't that understand why that this Krishna holding in one hand one finger like that how he has a mystic power, and that everybody have no thirst 7 days, no hungry, and then they just were looking at the Krishnas, and that everybody was so happy to get the Krishna's association, and the old Brajvasis say, "Oh Krishna, that by looking at the Krishna, they have no hunger or no thirst." And the mother Yashoda is also thinking that Krishna didn't eat or anything. And then she says, the mother Yashoda was also worried about the Krishna. Said, "Oh Krishna, you just getting so tired, and then maybe that the friend is trying to lift, giving that little support to Krishna, and then Krishna is trying to say, okay, I'm gonna take my little finger down, and then that everybody just think that only the Krishna can lift the golden ear. So that was also good pastime. So that and this is the other words like their minds just pacified by Lord Krishna. They all entered beneath the hill, and where they found ample room for themselves and all their cows, vegans, servants, and fresh and for all other members of the community as well. So Lord Krishna, forgetting hunger and thirst and putting aside all consideration of personal pleasure, stood there holding up the hill. For 7 days up as the people of Raja gazed upon him. When Indra observed this exhibition of Lord Krishna's mystic power, he became most astonished uh, and from his platform of false pride and his intention toward order his clouds to desist, so that now the Indra realized that Krishna have a mystic power, and then he has to be stop the rain cloud, and then he just said that he has to be stop the rain, and for that it said, so this is all about that Krishna, how to Krishna lifting the golden hill, and because of that Damodar month. So Krishna was a very mystic power, and yes, and we can go. That's more for the few verses also, and then we can go down and then we can finish. So that's Lord Krishna forgetting. Yeah, when the Indra observed the exhibition of Krishna's mystic power, and then yeah, seeing that the fierce wind and rain had now ceased, the sky had become clear of rain clouds, and the sun had risen. Lord Krishna, the lifter of Golden Hill, spoke to the cowherd community as follows. So, my dear cowherd man, please go out with your wives, children, and for a procession, give up your fear. The wind and rain have stopped, and the river's high water have subsided. After collecting their respective cows and loading their paraphernalia into their wagon, the cowherd men went out. The women, children, and elderly person gradually followed them. While all living creatures looked on, the Supreme Personality of Godhead put down the hill and its original place, just as it had stood before. Uh, all the residents of Vrindavan were overwhelmed with aesthetic love, and they came forward and greeted Sri Krishna according to their individual relationship with him. Some embracing him, others bowing down to him, and so forth. The cowherd woman presented water mixed with you and unbroken barley corns as a token of honor, and they showered auspicious benediction upon him. Mother Yasoda, Mother Rohini, Manan Maharaj, and Balram, the greatest of the strong, all embraced Krishna, overwhelmed with affection. They offer him their blessings. In the heaven, O King, all the demigods, including the Sitas, Satyas, Gandharvas, and Charanas, sang the praise of Lord Krishna and showered down flowers in great satisfaction. My dear Parikshit, the demigods in heaven resoundingly played their conch shell and kettle drums, and the best of the Gandharvas, led by Tamburu, began to sing. surrounded by his loving cowherd boys, and Lord Balram Krishna, they went off to the place where he had been tending his cows. The cowherd girls returned to their homes, singing joyfully about the lifting of Govardhan hill and other glorious deeds performed by Lord Krishna, who had so deeply touched their hearts. So this is the all about the Govardhan Lila, how the Krishna lifted the Govardhan hill, and then whole Brajvasis were so happy. How that he had that Indra's um, like was yeah, making Indra's and that his Indra's then realized this is the his uh, Krishna is not a ordinary person and he's a mystic power. And then after the Indra and everybody was so praying to Krishna and it was this all are praying. So yes, anybody wants to share any about the Golden Lila? Please do share.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you so much, Mataji, for kindly bringing this Govardhan Katha. So would you like to go into this particular verse, Mataji? So reciting here, Krishna is saying, who take the shelter of Krishna, so they do not have to fear for anything else. So from this verse to next two more verses, Krishna gives a kind of we have got the statements from the katha, but we need to take away a few points from this one and what
Yes,
Krishna is saying to all the devotees or whoever is depending on Krishna. So I think
yes.
here Prabhupada might have given some beautiful purports as well. So let's go through those things if they exist here. So you
Okay,
wanted to recite these verses. So when we are doing here, reciting some
okay.
verses.
Yes, okay, I can decide this word. न त्रास इह वः कार्यो मत्वस्तादृनिपातन वातवर्षपयेनालं तत्राणं विहितं हि वः. So this is the verse saying like you should have no fear that this mountain will fall from my hand. So if we are doubting, like that, and don't be afraid of the wind and rain, for your deliverance from this affection has already been arranged. So when we came to Krishna's shelter, then we don't have to any like fear or anything. So Krishna will look after. Like this is all I can take in this one. Then when we have Krishna's shelter. So Brajvasi, if we have they have doubts, they said, okay, no, you don't have to worry. And then this is all in my hands. Yes, Prabhu. If you can explain more, Prabhu.
Would you like to go for next two more verses as well, Mataji, please?
Yeah, okay, Prabhu. तथा निविविशुत तं कृष्णश्च स्थितमानसः यथावकाशं सजनाः सौरजः सोपजीविनः. The translation. The remarks thus specified of by Lord Krishna, they all entered beneath the hill, where they found ample room for themselves and all their cows, wagons, servants, and priests, and for all other members of the community as well.
Yes, one more verse, Mataji.
Okay. श्रुतव्यतां सुखापेक्षां हित्वा तैव व्रजवासिभिः वीक्षम्याणो सप्ताहं नाचलत्पदात्. Lord Krishna, forgetting hunger and thirst, and putting aside all consideration of personal pleasure, stood there holding up the hill for 7 days as the people of Braj gazed upon him.
And this one has got some purport as well, Mataji.
Uh, Oh, okay, Prabhu. Do you want me to read, Prabhu, or anybody would like to read then? Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Mataji, I can read if you would like me to.
Okay, Mataji, yes.
Okay. So, according to Vishnu Purana, Rajay Gavasi Bhir Harsa Vismita Sher Niriksitaha Gopa Gopi Janer Hishta Hai Priti Vishpar Rideshane Samstu Yamanacharitaha Krishnaha Shailam Adharayat. Lord Krishna held up the mountain while his praises were chanted by the residents of Vraja, all of whom now had the opportunity to dwell together with him, and who glanced at him with joyful and amazed eyes. Thus the cowherd men and women were all elated, and out of loving affection they opened their eyes wide. By continuously drinking the nectar of beauty and sweetness of Sri Krishna, the residents of Vrindavan felt no hunger, thirst, or fatigue. And Lord Krishna, by seeing their beautiful forms, also forgot about eating, drinking, and sleeping. Srila Vishwanatha Chakravarti Thakur points out that 7 days of continuous rain from the Samvardhaka clouds failed to flood the district of Mathura because the Supreme Lord, simply by his potency, immediately dried up the water as it fell to the ground. Thus, Krishna's lifting of Govardhan hill is full of fascinating details and has for thousands of years remained one of his most famous pastimes.
Srila Prabhupada ki
Jai.
jai. Yep, thank you, Mataji. Usha Mataji, would you like to highlight any takeaway points, Mataji, from these three verses?
So first said when we are taking a shelter for Krishna, then we don't have any fear about that, and we don't have to make any doubt. So Krishna's in Krishna's power or Krishna's things. Um, so then some are not when we doing something, then we don't feel sometimes it's hunger or thirst when we do the anything. So that when we come to the Krishna shelter, then the Rajvasi didn't feel any hunger or thirst. So and they like yes and what is that next? Like yeah, like Krishna when the Krishna he also that all everybody was forgetting about the hunger and thirst. They don't it's just looking at the Krishnas and then they are happy that looking that they find the very pleased and they were so happy to see Krishna's 7 days only the Krishna center all the gopis and then the all Brajvasis and then they all Krishna's association for only for 7 days continuous and 7 nights. So when we come to the yes, Krishna's forgetting hunger and thirst also. So that Yashoda Maya also that that's like that as a mom, a mother, so, Mother Yashoda also said, "Oh, my Krishna is hungry. He didn't eat anything." And so this is like a one pastime, like why we giving 56 types of Krishnas. Uh, food because that Krishna, Yashoda Maya was making like every day 8 kind of food for the Krishna. So because of Krishna didn't eat for like 7 days, so they like say 8 times 7, 56. We giving the Krishnas all the bhoga food for Krishnas. So that's why we said okay, 56 kind of food Krishna we can offer to Krishna. This is the like first one is who can't be fear. Uh, when we're taking a shelter of Krishna, so we don't have to fear about anything. That's the problem.
Thank you so much, Mataji. And as part of the this god lifting of Govardhana Hill and Annakota, so would you like to give
Yes.
any?
Oh, okay. Yes, Prabhu. So that's why that when that old Brajvasis so like started offering to Govardhan Hill and on Vrajvasis, they thinking that oh like he's like a same like Krishna's then Govardhan Hill have a mouth and eyes and then there is Govardhan he actually he's taking everything and he's eating everything whatever Vrajvasis is made and then they are bringing different kind of food and then they Govardhan Hill. So that's why making like a big in front of the Govardhan Hill. They putting everything, food, everything, and then that's why in that we making like a cook means hill. So un means like a food. There's a different kind of food breakfast is made, and then the Govardhan Hill. So they make a big hill about the food. So that's why we making like uncooked, so different kind of food, and that making hills of the offering to the god on New Year day. Like that's why we are doing that different kind of food and then offering to uh, Krishna. So that was I know Prabhu. I don't know more very much about, but yeah, that's one thing. So we making big uh, like all the different kind of foods and then offering to the Lord, making the hill.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji, for kindly explaining this one. Okay, so now we are nearly 2 minutes to 9 o'clock. I request dear devotees if you wanted to share anything or you wanted to ask any questions to Usha Mataji.
Yeah, I don't have no Prabhu to answer.
We got Saurav Prabhuji here joined. Hare Krishna Saurav Prabhuji. Thank you for kindly joining.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you for sending the message. So, thank you. Hare Krishna to everyone.
Hare Krishna Sara Prabhu, and thank you so much, Usha Mataji. That was really lovely. Thank you for sharing Govardhan Lila with us. It just made us think about Govardhan Lila.
Yeah, because I don't have that knowledge, but I just read and thought, okay, maybe few things. Uh, thank thank you Prabhu for helping.
Okay, thank you, Mataji. Okay, any additions, dear devotees, you wanted to add to this context about Govardhana Leela and pastimes? You want to share any reflections? Okay, so in this pastime, so this god Krishna, he come as a big mountain form and eats all this whatever the offerings they go. The Vrindavan people has made all kinds of preparations, and then he was saying, Aniyor, I want more and more. So it's a beautiful pastime again, and Krishna he personally come and reflect himself in the form of hill and eat all of these preparations. To it is a blessing. So Krishna doesn't need anything, but he is Atma Arama. Nijalabena Nityada. So Atma Aramam Purnakamam Nijalabena Nityada. He is always self-satisfied. If we are offering a little bit, we will get so much of benefit in return. Just like a fruit seller when Krishna was trying to hear those words from the fruit seller, and then he got some grains in his hands and running towards fruit seller. By the time all the grains fall down, and then, but the fruit seller, that lady, she has given some fruits in the hand. So she filled the Krishna's hands, little hands, with the fruits. But She gave a little thing, but Krishna, he has filled up all the basket of fruits with the gold and jewels, everything. This is Tatropanita Bhalyo Rave Deepi Vivadrutaha Atmaramam Purnakamam Nijalabe Nityadam. So this is Tatropanita Bhalayo. If you are offering a little bit of thing, Ravehe Deepam, you are just like a Ravehe Deepam. If you are offering a lamp to the sun doesn't need, he is already illuminating so much of light. But we are still, if we offer a lamp, in similar way, when we are offering to Krishna, who is completely Atmaramam, Purnakamam, Nijalabe Nityada, it is only benefit to us. So in order to give benedictions to all the Vrindavana people, Krishna was accepting all these preparations and blessing them. So that is very beautiful pastime of Govardhana Hill. And here everything, so here for the 7 days and 7 nights, Krishna, without moving, he is lifting the Govardhan Hill and then Kshutrud Vyatam Sukha Apeksham Hitva Taihi Brajavasibihi. So he is lifting. So everything in this world starts with Kshut and Trud. The hunger and thirst, these are the main things making the person to work hard. And then as soon as he eats a tummy full of food, then again Udaravegam, Upastavegam, so many other things will be coming. But who is taking, that is how people suffer in this material world. Chut and Trud. क्षुत्रिदारिमा मुहृज्यमानाः शीतोष्णवातवर्षैरितरेतराच्य कामाग्नाक्षुतरुषाच सुदुर्भरेण सम्पसितो मन उरुक्रम सेदते मे. Brahma is offering his praise to Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu. Everyone starting from the Trud. Tridadrima Muhrajamanaha Sitošnavata Varshay Retiretiracha. They always get sufferings from the winter and cold and the Kshut and Trud and Tritadribhi Muhrajamanaha. Again and again they get all kinds of sufferings. Kamagjanachita Rushata Sudurbharena. Kamagni, Kama, it is the unending lust and all these things, anger. Rushata Sudarbharena, very, very hard. These are all starting from Chutrud until they come to the shelter of Krishna's lotus feet. So this is one of these things. That's why Kshemaya Padamulam me Pravishinti Akuto Bhayam. If one wanted to be free from all kinds of fearfulness, Kshemaya Padamulam me Kshemaya, for all auspiciousness, he needs to take the shelter of lotus feet of Krishna. Okay, these are the verdict of all the Shastras. Everyone, inclusive of all kinds of munis, yogis, jnanis, everyone, until they offer all of their time, energy, and all of their whatever the wealth they have got, until they offer to Krishna, vina yadarpanam, nakshemam vidanti, vina yadarpanam. They do not have any auspiciousness for themselves. Just like Hanuman, though he has got all kinds of astasiddhis. Until he used those all astasiddhi mystic powers in the service of Rama, his glories were not expanded further. When he was served in the service of Krishna, then his glories are expanded further. Similarly, Vishwamitra, he is also yogi. He created a Trishanku Swarga. So though he has done, but when he became the Guru, when he became the spiritual master to Rama and Lakshmana, spiritual master in the sense, when Vishwamitra took Rama and Lakshmana and he has given all his weapons, astras and shastras, everything. So knowing that Rama is Supreme Personality of Godhead, after that he became famous, more famous. Until that point, he was having a kind of enmity towards Vasistha, but later on he became a friend to Vasistha as well. So likewise, there are many other pastimes of the yogis. Until they come to the lotus feet of Krishna, they serve all of their mystic powers, whatever the siddhis. Naijhumanaya bhaktya bhagavati akhilatmani sadrusu siva panta yoginam brahma siddhaye. Until they offer all of their energy, whatever they have got. Pranai yaddaihi diyavacha shreya acharanam sada. So this is the एतवज्जन्म साफल्यं देहिनाम् इह देहिषु प्राणैः देहिर्यावाच Shreyacharanam Sada. So these are the things we take. So only Krishna is the shelter from the all the scriptures perspective. So Krishna gives that statement Sarvadharman Parityajya Magam Ekam Saranam Raja. So even devotees also experience when they come to Krishna consciousness, they do not feel this hunger and thirst when engaged in the devotional service. No one feel that one much. So this is a practical experience. Just even Lord Hanuman, when he was engaged in the Rama service, when he was going from the one side of the ocean to cross towards the Lanka at the time, he never stopped anywhere. But even though that Mainaka mountain came from the ocean, but still, for the sake of honoring that one, that request from the Mainaka mountain, he touched it and then keep going on. So that is the service of devotional service in towards Krishna. It does not provoke any hunger and thirst at any point of time. We are under shelter of Krishna. Okay, very beautiful points that we can take from this Govardhana Lila. So Krishna is saying, so don't be afraid of wind and rain, for your deliverance from these afflictions has already been arranged. You should have no fear that this mountain will fall from my hand. So we need to take those words. Natrasaiha vah karyo madhastad adri nipatanat. So vatavarsha bhayenalam tatranam vihitam hi vaha. So likewise, Krishna gives assurance to everyone. Come to the shelter of Krishna, Krishna's lotus feet. Okay, that is Kshemaya Padamulammi Pravishanti Akuto Bhayam Nanyatra Mad Bhagavataha Pradhana Purusheshurat. So he is the supreme personality of Godhead. So there is further statements. So because except Krishna, no one can give such kind of fearlessness shelter. Okay, so these are few things, my takeaway points as well. Thank you so much, Usha Mataji, for kindly sharing this Govardhana Leela. Okay, any other sharings, dear devotees? Any questions, any sharings or reflections?
Hare Krishna, Usha Mataji. Thank you, Mataji, for is Govardhan Lila. You mentioned about that this auspicious month. So thank you, Mataji. And Hare Krishna, Saurabh Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam.
Thank you,
Mataji.
Mataji.
Okay.
Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna. Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna to everyone.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Okay, any other comments to Usha Mataji? Okay.
Like this Govardhan game is like some request of Radharani and this was like from Goloka.
Sorry, Mataji.
And the Govardhan, how does that game like in the earth, like request from Radharani or like is also
There is a pastime behind the Govardhan. Recently, Prabhu Pulasya Rishi was taking the Govardhan hill and then he stopped and then he said, if you leave me, then I won't be able to lift again. You won't be able to lift me again. Something like that, Prabhu.
yes,
He was,
there is a pastime of Govardhana story in the Puranas. I don't recall immediately, but yes, Govardhana is the son of, there are again two more mountains. I don't remember exactly, but
I
maybe
don't know, but
share it.
I just something I just remember something like that Pulitzer was taking Govardhan Hill, and then he's taking Mama. They said, if you put me down, then I will be left it again. And then I don't know how come he has to be go with the Raja, and he has to go for his something, and he won't be able to lift again or something like that. So he stays there to Govardhan Hill.
Yeah, possibly,
I don't know.
Mataji. Any dear devotees, any reflections if you have got any
Yeah,
stories?
I also heard like still he has put it down, and then I think he got the curse that every year is like reducing like Govardhan. So once Kalyug finished, the Govardhan will be like totally this like gone. It's like that.
The basically they say that Gordon goes down by one mustard seed
Master
every
seed
yeah.
every
I mean, it does look a little bit shorter.
Thank you, Mataji, but I do not know the complete picture yet. I will share when I have got those details. Okay, thank you so much, Mataji. And if you are all happy, then we shall move on to the next part of our program, Narsimha prayers. Usha Mataji, if you are happy.
Yes, Hare Krishna Prabhu. Prabhu, can we request out of Prabhu to sing Narasimha Prayer, Prabhu? Saurav Prabhu, if you're happy, and then if you want to sing, Prabhu.
yes,
Hare Krishna.
Prabhu.
Yes. Mm, maybe another day, Mataji.
We did not hear
Yeah,
you sometime. I know you go on Friday sing so nicely in temple, so yeah, it will be good.
yes, Prabhu, please, if you
Please allow
can.
me to do another day, if that's okay.
Okay, Prabhu. Shall I sing Prabhu now? Or
Maybe you can just request any volunteers, Mataji, or maybe Garingi
yes,
Mataji, Asha Mataji, or you
yes,
can.
Gauranga Mataji, yes, Mataji, yes, Mataji. Gauranga Mataji, are you there?
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Mataji, would you like to sing Narasimha Prayer?
Okay, Mataji. Thank you. You follow me, Mataji? Are you going to follow me?
Okay, Mataji. Asha Mataji, if she wants, then
Okay.
she can.
Okay.
I can.
Okay,
Okay,
Mataji.
thank you, Mataji.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Pranadala
Pragaladaladataini.
Pranadala
Pragaladaladataini.
Hiranyakashipurvachahai.
Hiranyakashipurvakshah.
Hiranyakashipurvachahai.
Hiranyakashipurvakshah.
Silatankanakalae.
Tiladanganakaraya.
Silatankanakalae.
Tiladanganakaraya.
Ito nasimo parato nasimo.
Ido Narashimo Parado Narashimo.
Ito nasimo parato nasimo.
Ido Narashimo Parado Narashimo.
Yato yato yami tato nasimo.
Yado Yado Yamidato Narashimo.
Yato yato yami tato nasimo.
Yado Yado Yamidato Narashimo.
Bahir nishima hridaye nishima.
Pahir Narashimo Hridaye Narashimo.
Bahir nishima hridaye nishima.
Pahir Narashimo Hridaye Narashimo.
Narsingamadhim saranam prapade.
Narashimamadim Charanam Prabhati.
Narsingamadhim saranam prapade.
Narashimamadim Charanam Prabhati.
Tavakara kamalabare nakam adbhuta singam dalita hiranyakasipur tanuvringam kisabadrita narahari rupa jai jagadisa hare जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे
Tavakala Kamala Varenakam Atpuda Shringa Dalida Hiranyakashipu Tanupringa Keshavatida Narahari Ruba Jai Jagadisa Hare Jai Jagadisa Hare Jai Jagadisa Hare
तब कर कमल बरे नखम अद्भुत सिंगा दलिता हिरण्यकशिपो तनुभृंगा केशवधृता नरहरिरूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे
Tavakara Kamala Vare Nakam Atruda Shringam Dalita Kranyakashibu Tanubringam Keshavatida Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisa Hare Jai Jagadisa Hare Jai Jagadisa Hare
केशवधृता नरहरि रूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे
Keshavadrida Narahari Ruba Jai Jagadisa Hare Jai Jagadisa Hare
जय
Jai
सॉरी माता जी
Jagadisa
जय नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव
Jaya Narasimha Dev Jaya Narasimha Dev Narasimhadev Jaya Narasimhadev
Jaya Narasimhadev, 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 Jaya Narasimhadev.
Jaya Narasimhadev 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 Jaya Narasimhadev
Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj.
Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj
Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj.
Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada.
Jaya 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 Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada
Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev.
Jaya Jaya Gurudev 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev
Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol.
Nittai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nittai Gaura Hari Bol
श्री श्री नृसिंहदेव भगवान की जय। भक्तराज प्रहलाद महाराज की जय।
Jai
Jai.
जगत गुरु शील प्रभुपाद की जय।
Jai.
श्री गुरु महाराज प्रभुपाद की जय।
Jai.
Jai.
अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की
Jai.
Jai.
जय। गौर प्रेमानंदी।
Hari Hari
Hari
Bol.
Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.
हरे कृष्णा। थैंक यू माता जी, थैंक यू सहारा जी, थैंक यू प्रभु जी। हरे कृष्णा।
Very
So
beautiful.
beautiful thing.
Thank you, Mataji.
Very nice. And can I request all the devotees kindly unmute and do three loud Hari Bols for the Usha Mataji, please. Please.
Hari
Hari
Bol.
हरि
Hari
Hari
Bol.
Bol.
Hari
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 Bol
Bol.
Bol. Hari Bol.
Oh, and devotees are here.
Thank you so much, Usha Mataji, for kindly sharing this Govardhana Katha.
Thank you, all the devotees. All the glories to Srila Prabhupada. And thank you, Prabhu, for helping me out.
Hare
Thank you.
Krishna. It's all with
Okay.
Srila Prabhupada and Aksabit Sangha.
Yeah. We shall we conclude now, Prabhu?
Yes,
Okay.
Mataji. Yes.
Vanchakaptatarubhyascha
कृपा सिंधु पितानं
Prabhupada.
पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय जय।
Hare Krishna
Hare
conscious night, everyone, and see you tomorrow morning for
कृष्ण।
yoga at 5:30 a.m. The Japa starts at 5:30 a.m. Kindly join, so it will go until 8:30 a.m. Okay, thank you so much, dear devotees.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.